Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Today we're doing another Make It March, and I thought we'd also do another one of the Making Your Papers Work For You as well series. So this one's kind of going to use a lot of some decorative papers in there. We have used this paper pad before. It's the Paper Boutique Lovely Days, but I just grabbed it off the shelf. I am looking at making some cards for like Mother's Day. We've got that coming up fairly soon, so I wanted something a little bit for like Mother's Day. I'm not sure which one to go for. That one possibly would work. I don't want one that says anything. We're actually going to use a stamp from the Positive Thoughts by Crafter's Companion. This is the Sending Positivity, and I think I'm going to use the Sending Love stamp on it. So I'm just looking back round to the beginning. I do actually quite like that one, so we're going to go for this one, I think. We're going to go for that one. And then I do want some solid coloured cardstock for this. Which colour would work? I think this one might be a bit too pink. No, actually that would work, wouldn't it? It would play in with those pink tones that we've got in those florals. And then I've got some of these. I don't think I want the black. I want something a little bit more contrasting. Might go for the gold on this one. Might go for the gold. And then it's actually just the envelopes, but do I go craft or do I go white? I might go craft, maybe? Or do I go... I'll tell you what, let's go white. Let's go white. Let's go white. I've made my decision, so I'm just using a 5x5 white card. These ones are from Craft Card UK, is it? Something like that. I always forget what they're called. So this is in theory supposed to be a 5x5, though I'm pretty sure it's not. It's just under by just under, they always are. But that is okay. We're going to have a little bit of a border on it anyway. So let me grab my cutting. This is the Crafter's Companion guillotine cutter. It is my favourite. If you're new here while I'm cutting this, please do subscribe to our channel. We have lots of different videos, from crafting videos to craft hauls. There's try with me's, there's all sorts on there, so definitely go and have a look. I'm just cutting this down so that we're going to have a nice little white border around there. Nothing too big, look. There we go. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to build up my panel before I stick this down. So that is that piece. That is going to fit along there beautifully. So this is actually a scrap piece. And I just want a piece that's roughly 1 inch. I don't want it too big. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to have that run roughly there. Then I'm going to try and stamp my sentiment. Now this does have some texture, so I'm hoping it goes on okay. Then I'm going to run my gold strips along there, and then I'm going to get something, I think, to use as a focal point. I might just use like a sticker. I've got a lot of like butterfly stickers and things just in this side, so let me grab my stamping platform. I'll put this out the way for now. We'll see how this stamps. If it stamps nicely, then that is out of the way for the rest of this video. If it doesn't, I may need to come up with another solution. So I'm going to flip that over. Please don't catch. Oh no, it's going to catch. We'll move it around there. So I'm going to just pop this onto here. Then I'm going to open this. I don't think I've used this yet, or I might have done. I definitely like that Sending Love, I think. Live Your Dream would fit nicely, actually. That's quite a nice one. Don't be afraid to be great. Always believe. Oh, there's too many good ones on here, isn't there? Do you know what? That top one there, that one fits. That one fits, look. So we're going to go for Sending Positive Thoughts. I had a change of plan. Oops, I still managed to catch it. So let's pick that stamp up. There we go. So I've picked that stamp up and that's where I want it to be. Then I'm going to grab some ink and I am just going to go for some standard black VersaFine on this one, to be honest. So we're going to ink that up. Then we're going to flick this over. Sorry for doing it just off camera, but I'm going to catch you and I don't want to knock my phone off. So I'm just going to press that down. So it's done okay. It's not quite caught fully, but that's the beauty of having this, because then I can re-ink this stamp and I know it hasn't moved anywhere. It's still in the right spot. So flip this back over, apply a bit more pressure, make sure I'm pushing on the whole stamp. Still not catching that top of the S. That's a bit better. Just make absolutely certain. There we go. So that looks loads better, and it's actually taken quite nicely, even to say that this has some texture. So I'm just going to give my stamp a quick wipe before I put it away. Always like to try and give them a little bit of a clean up. I'm not using anything special. I'm just using, I make these reusable face wipes. They've got like cotton on one side, bamboo on the other, and I find them really handy to use for this exact reason. They can stain because they are cotton, but if I'm just using it for this, it doesn't really matter, let's be honest. Shove them in the wash, or even just wash them by hand, to be honest, sometimes. So I'm going to move that off. And we now have that. So I'm going to bring in my decorative paper, and I don't think there's really a... It's not a directional print, I don't think, looking at it. So I'm happy for it to sort of sit on anywhere. Maybe that way. Probably a little bit more directional that way. Then I'm going to stick this onto there. So I'm just going to grab my wet glue. I've not actually done a craft haul of this. It's very thin. It's not as thick, not as deep as I would have wanted. But it's a massive roll of foam tape. So I'm sure you'll see that in some of my videos going forward. I'm just going to use a bit of wet glue. This will give me a little bit of time to move it into place. I know it's bigger than what I need. I'm going to trim it down once I'm happy with it where it is. Make sure I've got it the right way. I think I want it somewhere round about there. There we go. Then I'm just going to trim this off. Don't worry about this. I use these wipes for all sorts. Look, gets rid of that. All gone. So, just going to give this a quick snip off here. One. There's a teeny, tiny little bit there. And two. And then I'm just going to pop my little book on top of that. Let that dry flat a little bit while I just have a rummage in my drawer of beautiful things and see what I want. I've got quite a few boxes of like these gorgeous butterflies. In fact, they are the gold ones. I might use them. They've got gold. I think they've got the pink ones in. Or I've got ones like that. Those ones are quite pretty as well, though, look. Let's have a look. I've got a scrap piece of the. I've got a. Oh god, I can't pick it up. That one, and I've got that one. So if I sit those there for a second while that's kind of setting, drying, whatever, we can see which ones are going to match nicely. These ones are so pretty, but I think they might not be strong enough in colour. Also got these ones. See-through, aren't they? So got these got ones like this. That's quite pretty. That one could possibly work, couldn't it? That one's quite pretty, I think. And these ones have like a gold foiled accent to them. Oh, but that's really nice as well, isn't it? Choices, choices. If anybody's curious, these are from Temu. Bought them a while ago, so I don't know if they'll definitely have any left. Yeah, I think I want something like the pink ones. One of those. No, I think I prefer that style. Right, let me put those in there. Let's just have a look. So it's had a little bit of time just to sort of straighten out. So I'm going to take some of this. Here's the longer ones, which is fine. And I'm just going to edge this. Which in theory should be relatively easy because that pink is standing up from the back, from the black one. But of course I've got sheets coming again, haven't I? To make sure it looks okay. go. Curve that round there underneath. I'm going to trim a bit of this off, because these little pieces will come in handy for other projects. Cut that one over as well, and then I'm going to get a fresh strip to go along the bottom. Turn this round. One around there, and then again trim some of that off, back on there, just so that none of it goes to waste. So that's how we're looking so far. So you could absolutely leave it at that if you're happy with that. I think that is actually really, really beautiful. So I'm not sure. I think we're going to go for this one, and what I am going to do is I'm just going to cut some of this clear off a little bit, just so that there's not quite so much hanging off. Just fussy cutting around it a little bit. Take this off. Position that just there. And there we go. That is the panel ready. So now we're going to attach this panel onto the front of the card. Now I have run out of my ATG, which is absolutely fine. I have some double-sided tape, so I'm just going to use this. Does the job I need it to do. Make sure you go over where you've put the gold peel-offs, just helps to make sure that they stay attached. line it up. And there we go. That is today's Make It March beautiful card. I think this also happily falls into the decorative papers one as well. I have added in this butterfly here, but obviously if you haven't got those, you haven't got to. Even without that, this is still a really beautiful card. If you haven't got butterflies, there's no reason why you couldn't use something like maybe a little flower or a die cut or even a stamped die cut image, anything at all. But I think that that is beautiful, and it's such an easy to replicate card, and it's such an easy card that you can use with whatever you have. If you have different backing papers, match it up with, again, another plain one. This one I've used happens to be textured, but it doesn't have to be. If you haven't got any stamps, you can use your die cuts, you can use pre-bought sentiments, whatever you've got. You haven't got to use these peel-offs either. Change it for some washi tape, glittered washi tape, pattern washi tape, anything at all. Or don't have anything. You don't have to. I just like the way that that helps build that together. I hope you've enjoyed today's card. It was only quick, but I've really enjoyed it, and I think that looks beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week. Bye for now.